YouTube, what's going on, YouTube? What is going on? What is happening, man? Of course, it's your guy, one more time, DEDRICKHJR, and I'm back with another fragrance video. Smell good, family. Hopefully, everyone is doing well, doing great, doing fantastic. Positive energy, positive vibes. Y'all know how we rock out here in this channel, man. Positive vibes only. All right, so today we are back, Smell Good, family, with another video and another release from the house of Zaharoff. All right, so I am a fan of the house. I have been for quite some time. I have several offerings from the house, and I just think that George and his team do a fantastic job of producing quality in every aspect, from the packaging to obviously the smell of the fragrances, and just the whole experience from the house of Zaharoff is fantastic. All right, so today we're back with the latest release from the house, and I'm going to speak upon it just due to my experiences with it thus far, and I think it's just one of the better and unique releases from the house that kind of keeps me wanting to go back to it. All right, so what are we discussing today from the house of Zaharoff? We will be talking about the brand new Seraphim Red. Seraphim Red. There's the bottle. Beautiful, creative, just wild bottle, man. Just looking at it, it's just incredible, man. So we're going to talk about Seraphim Red and give my thoughts, go over the notes, just, you know, where I recommend, do I recommend it, all the performance, all those things. We're ready to tap in right now. So let's go ahead and start off with the packaging. So of course, the unique packaging of the Seraphim series, the previous fragrance, Seraphim Blue, is one of the more talked about fragrances in all the fragcom. I have been very fascinated with the discussion of Seraphim Blue, and it's just I don't know if the continuation is going to be with Seraphim Red, but Seraphim Blue was something to behold. All the conversations, I like it personally, that, you know, salty, aquatic, more coconut starting to pop off my skin with that Seraphim Blue. But this one is something different. So this is I should have got my Seraphim Blue box out and placed it together. It creates this beautiful imagery of the Seraphim angel. So this is the box here. That red and gold box, very detailed, just beautiful. It opens up like all Zaharoff boxes, where the fragrance lays inside here. On the outside, of course, you have that elixir of the world quote that you get here. So very nice, detailed, creative artistry that you get here, and you should be used to it by now if you have been into Zaharoff. You always get this from the brand. So beautiful packaging, but of course, what do you guys care about the most? That is the juice of this fragrance. All right, so here is the bottle yet again. Seraphim Red, the red top, the red Seraphim angel, Seraphim Red on the side, all of the beautiful you know, I guess the beautiful craftsmanship is just really displayed here. I'm sure that there's no other bottles like this in fragcom, like no other bottles like this. Very high quality. All right, so the juice is red on the back, and like I said, I've worn this already. I've been testing it as well, but we're going to get a couple fresh sprays on the inside of my left arm. So in the air, with me experiencing Seraphim Blue, I'm getting that Seraphim DNA, definitely. But there are some major differences here, and we're going to tap into those right now. So in the air, I still get that eucalyptus, salty, fresh vibe with this scent. I still get that in the air for sure. Oh my goodness. But on skin, the differences really start to appear in comparison to Seraphim Blue. So the first thing I noticed was this white floral tone to this fragrance. I'm gonna say white floral, ambery type of vibe, blended in with the salty, aquatic nature. And that sweetness is also being represented by pink pepper. That's another added sweetness, sweet and kind of a sweet and spicy effect that you're getting here. Upon the open, I was like, yo, I don't know. Like immediately the conversation started going in my mind, which one which one is better? Which one do I like better? Even though I really love them both, that's a spoiler alert. But I'm already getting the differences between what Seraphim Red has to offer compared to Seraphim Blue, but more focus on the red here. Getting this nice, like creamy white floral. The salty aspect is there, almost that sparkly minty vibe from the eucalyptus, and then you're getting this sweetness that you're getting from the pink pepper, and I think there's an amber note in here. We'll read down the notes in just a second, but this thing really transforms on my skin. Straight to the performance. This is a beast of a performer. I think that this lasts longer than Seraphim Blue on my skin. Seraphim Blue was 10 hours plus, and hear my example. I go to work very early in the morning. I wore this to the office and I tested it. So I'm spraying my fragrance, leaving for the day. I had a super long day. My day didn't end. My day began at 3:30 a.m. walking out my door and didn't end till almost 10:30 p.m. before I got in the shower, before, you know, winding down and going to bed for the day, for the night. And when I already smelled it on my clothes all day. I spray my clothes, so I smell it throughout the day. But also when I got home from work, I took off my shirt and, you know, I got a big waft of it. And now we're talking about being at work 9-10 hours throughout the day. You know, it's a hurricane season, and we were dealing with a storm and preparations for the storm. So these days for me were long, especially wearing Seraphim Red. So I get home from work, boom. I go eat dinner, do some other things, getting ready to settle down for the night, and I get ready for my shower. And I always spray that personal spray right here on my chest. And it was just there. Like the dry down of this fragrance was alive and well 12-13 hours into the day, and I really caught it. I don't remember Seraphim Blue doing that with my skin chemistry. Not saying it's a weak performer, because it is not. Seraphim Blue was 10 plus hours. But Seraphim Red was noticeably a much more stronger presence with the longer day that I had on that day. So some people who don't like Seraphim Blue or have something to say of it not being something that you vibe with Seraphim Blue, Seraphim Red might be for you. Why is that? Because the different tones here and the textures. Then, you know, like I said, that white floral, creamy white floral presence with the eucalyptus and the mint, that saltier core really blends in to make something really beautiful, beautiful aroma. And then you get that pink pepper, sweet and spicy tone and textures with that really uplift this thing to be something more, I'm not gonna dare use the word mass appealing for this, but more, maybe more attractive for some because of those sweeter and spicy elements in Seraphim Red. Not to say Seraphim Blue is not great, because it is. I really appreciate it. But Seraphim Red, this could probably be the more compliment magnet of the two because of what that pink pepper and those white florals provide. All right, so performance on this beastly. Let's go ahead and get into the notes so we could talk more about, you know, what my nose is getting versus what is actually in the fragrance. So we have straight off the Zaharoff website, we have Seraphim Red, perfumed by the great Claude Deer, and this is an EDP concentration. And top notes: pink pepper, eucalyptus, and I think it's popo pine. In the heart, you got marine and salty core. I definitely get it in the opening, but it doesn't last that long on my skin here. Still get that aquatic tone, but that marine salty like sensation really starts to kind of blend, well, go into the background, so to speak, as it's continued to develop. Red seaweed, orange blossom, and a yangolane. So there's that white floral representation there with the orange blossom. The yangolane providing a yellow floral, creamy sandalwood, white musk, amber, and gold vetiver dry are the bottom and the dry down notes of the fragrance. So again, when I first smelled it, that's what my nose picked up. This salty aquatic presence, and then also getting that that pink pepper, that amber that was providing the sweetness as well. So all in all, I've heard the conversations that this one is one that you know, people could wear in the evening and, you know, maybe dress up a little bit. I can see that. But for me, this is going to do the same thing that Seraphim Blue did. This is going to be a daily driver for me. I wear this no matter what. I think this is great for all year round. As it starts to dry down, more of that ambery, sandalwood textures will really start to come out on this scent. So someone who's watching this says, okay, D, bottom line, what's the difference between the two? Okay, the blue is very salty, very aquatic, very minty, like a coolingness to it, something great for the summer and all year round, very versatile, but it has a unique and versatile vibe to it. It's not something that everybody is going to be getting on board with. It's something that you're going to have to want to enjoy. The red, in my opinion, you get more of that salty, sweet, and spicy tones with this fragrance. And then with the orange blossom and the pink pepper and the amber in here, as soon as, you know, it gets away from that salty, I guess that's where that seaweed comes into play. I've never smelled red seaweed, but I'm assuming it's contributing to that marine and aquatic and that salty nature. That kind of starts to dry down rather quickly. And I've been doing this video for 11 minutes. So I probably had it on for around like 9 minutes or so when I sprayed it. And I'm getting the Seraphim DNA, but I'm getting that orange blossom, that amber sensation, pink pepper for sure. So pink pepper is the dominant note here. I'm a fan of pink pepper, but I really love how George and Claude was able to, you know, fuse this together and create a different experience. So I'm glad that blue and red are what they are, because they're not redundant to have. So someone who's asking, is it redundant to have the two? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no. So very enjoyable wear for me. I wore it to the office, got one compliment very early on in the day as I was approaching my office where I work. And, you know, I'm around a lot of people every day. Like my line of business and my career, I'm around tons of people, like maybe hundreds of people a day, because in the field that I am in. So dressing up with my polo shirt and my slacks and my shoes going into work, this is a fragrance that is good for the office. I think it's good for a night out of fun. I think it's a good time in general because of what that pink pepper and that amber really do, and the white florals to really spicing up and balance out this DNA for someone looking for something that's not so aquatic like from what you get from the blue. Now, all in all, I'm still trying to figure out which one do I like better. I love them for different reasons. So I believe I gave Seraphim Blue, I think a 7.8 or 8 out of a 10 on my initial rating. That rating has yet gone up. I'm giving Seraphim Blue now an 8.5 out of a 10 because it's super versatile to me, and I'm on this salty eucalyptus minty type of vibe. I kind of got kicked into that by really smelling Torino 21 for the first time, the OG DNA, and I've kind of been on that journey. I smelled and experienced Seraphim Blue right after that, so I just kind of been riding that wave. But this one right here gets a higher rating initially. I'm gonna go right out of the chute and give this an 8.3 out of a 10 with room for this to grow. I really enjoyed the wearing. I'm going to continue to wear this and see what it can really, what it really does and how it contributes to my day-to-day life. And I judge fragrances and give them their score based off of me and not what nobody else is going on. So this is one that I recommend to try. Get you a sample. George has them on the website. I think they're $5 to $7. You can get one out to you, sample it, and see for yourself. I don't recommend blind buying this because of, you know, all of the different layers to this DNA and this fragrance in particular. I don't recommend blind buying it, but my blind buy warriors, y'all are gonna do what it is that y'all want to do, and I salute that. All right, so really good experience here. I'm enjoying this fragrance. We'll continue to wear it and see where my thoughts land with it. So from the house of Zaharoff, we have Seraphim Red. Of course, this is the flanker of the most talked about Seraphim Blue. All right, so let me know down below in the comments, Smell Good family, what are you guys thinking? What are you feeling? How do you like Seraphim Red? Have you tried it? Is it a yes? Is it a no? Is it a is it a woo? Like, what is it for you? Let me know down below in the comments. All right, so appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you for the support. Thank you for all the love. I do not take it for granted. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. All right, so until next time, be cool, be safe, take care of yourselves. Positive energy, positive vibes. You know how we rock out here in this channel, man. Splack it up, splack it out. Splack that thing all around, and positive vibes only, man. Positive vibes only for sure. For sure, my light is just going in and out. When you're dealing with natural light and studio light, I like the look of it, but sometimes it just doesn't work out, but that's cool. All right, you're talking to a quality snob here, but it's cool. Peace, y'all. Till next time.